Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here. While we were just at Sesame Place literally 20 minutes ago, we're now at SeaWorld San Diego. So let's go check out what's new this week. Our way straight towards Emperor, as my buddy Zach has never been on it, so that'll be exciting. Ever. But also it feels like we've changed climates. Within our 20-minute drive, it was like really warm and bright over at Sesame Place. Here, there's a bunch of fog and a bunch of wind, so it's kind of chilly. Well, to give you a quick idea of crowds, Electric Eel is currently only a 15-minute wait compared to opening day for Emperor. It was posted 70 plus minutes. Well, as we're still making our way over to Emperor, I should mention Journey to Atlantis is still currently closed for maintenance. Hopefully it reopens, especially for that summer season. There definitely seems to be quite a few people congregating in this entire section near Emperor, and for good reason. It is, of course, the brand new ride here, and California's tallest and fastest dive coaster, as it says on that poster right there. But hopefully the line is not too long. Emperor's posted wait time is 40 minutes. After opening day, I can definitely say where it is right now is probably around 20 minutes in all reality. But, you know, if they're only running one train, then 40 is definitely a possibility. But to be honest, that wait still is not bad for a brand new record-breaking roller coaster. I know when this was first announced to be Emperor, a lot of people had some questions. Why name a major dive coaster after a penguin? Well, as it says on that plaque, Emperor penguins can dive up to 1,800 feet underneath the water. That's literally over 12 times taller than this ride. 12! I mean, you can imagine 1,800 feet goes way high up in the air there. That's how far they can dive underneath the water. And I think it's definitely a very fitting theme, considering penguins dive all the time for food, and of course a little bit of fun too. Quick lift all the way to the top. Sadly, because of the fog today, you can't really get the beautiful view that normally would be there. It's still not bad, but it's still really cool. Because yeah, usually you can see downtown San Diego. Kind of see it right now, but not too well. Maneuvers are out. That's cool.
Windy as frick.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is like almost apocalyptic. Ooh.
Spicy.
Oh, you ready? You ready? You can feel that speed in the front row. Especially with how chilly it is. It's just just all the cold air. That was really awesome. Love front row on this. Oh, look at Eel going through that roll over there. That was cool.
Oh, we're gonna dive at the same time.
Oh, almost the same time. Almost the same time. You ready for this, Zach? That was a lot of air time. Oh my goodness.
was a lot of difference between those two rides.
Yeah.
It was like 2 full seconds.
Wow. Already after a couple rides on Emperor, I could definitely say it's getting quicker and quicker and quicker every time I ride it. It's really going over that 60-mile-an-hour mark, and I'm excited to see what it's going to run like in the middle of summer when it's hot and it's been running for a good long while. But always fantastic. Really am starting to love that left-hand side back row. That section is really great. Like solid 2 seconds of airtime coming down that drop, and then everything else just feels relentless. Already after riding Emperor, we're gonna get some food coming over to the Mediterranean Flavors booth. Gonna check out their options. Looks like they have a grilled lamb chop. That looks good. Lamb sliders. Ooh. Baklava. Ooh. Greek yogurt ice cream and Saint-Tropez sunset. That sounds all delicious. Right next door at the German Flavors booth, they have a smoked jalapeno cheddar bratwurst slider. Wow, that's a lovely sounding treat. Bratwurst slider, of course, and the pretzel bites, cinnamon pretzel bites. Those all sound pretty good to me. Quick update as we've made our way all the way across the park on Hibisco and Manta Pizza. Manta Pizza currently, it would seem, has their TV menus up and mobile pickup signs even. So it's almost there. Hopefully it'll be open in the next couple weeks. Hibisco, on the other hand, probably has at least another month or two till that'll open. But Manta Pizza, oh, I wish we could eat it right now. Because I can't lie, I'm starving. We actually did not get a chance to eat a full meal at Sesame Place earlier, but we figured we could get some food here at SeaWorld. But with the current situation with a lot of the restaurants and of course the Seven Seas Food Festival and lots of crowds, it's kind of tough to get a quick bite to eat at the park currently. But hey, maybe Mexican Flavors is our stop, because we might be able to get some incredible tacos. They were amazing last time we were here, last year. All right, I think waiting to get food until we got to the Mexican booth was the right choice. Look at this braised beef taco. This looks delicious. And then that churro cheesecake looks phenomenal as well. It's like a cheesecake with a bunch of cinnamon sugar caramel on it. But first, let's try out these tacos with absolutely everything on them. I really enjoy that. I mean, it tastes completely fresh in the mouth. Like it's very cooling, and that cream really stands out. I do wish there was maybe a little bit more meat on there, personally. But that is a delicious taco. I think we made the right choice. After demolishing those tacos, it's time for this churro cheesecake. Let's get a slice, shall we? A little cross section. Ooh, it's got a literal churro top. I didn't even realize that. I might need a knife. So it seems to be a little bit of churro on top, some cheesecake in the middle, and then churro on bottom. So let's dig in. That is fantastic. Ooh, I didn't think I'd like it more than tacos. I definitely do. That is something I would order every time I come here if it was available all year long. It's not too sweet, but it has like just that right amount of sweetness. In addition to that though, the texture is just really flaky and crumbly, almost like a baklava in a way. And then you just get that cheesecake. Oh, so delicious. Highly recommend that. Finally time for a little bit of Manta madness. Oh man, I'm so excited. Gonna check out the wait. It does say 15 minutes currently, but we'll see if that rings true. Well, in an interesting turn of events, we're not gonna ride Manta immediately, although I was really hoping for it. Currently, the locker system is malfunctioning a little bit. No cards are being accepted whatsoever in any of the machines. We literally like witnessed like a good 4 or 5 groups try all their cards. None of them were authorized. So yeah, the system is having a little bit of a hiccup currently. So we're gonna head to Tidal Twister and see if we can use those lockers and then come back and get a ride on Manta. Hopefully that plan works. Hopefully. Well, unfortunately, it looks like Tidal Twister is currently closed for the day. Thankfully, I was able to ride it once a little over a week ago for Emperor opening day, but it is since closed temporarily. Hopefully it should be open in the next couple of days, but yeah, currently non-operational today.
You guys are both welcome to touch any of the animals.
Well, we tried the Tidal Twister locker system. One of the systems is blank, so there's no actual like physical screen on right now, and then this touch screen is non-responsive. So kind of a bummer. I did bring a bag into the park today, so of course I would need a locker to be able to go ride Manta, and sadly it doesn't look like that's going to be possible unless I walk all the way to Electric Eel and try their locker system, or try Emperor's locker system, or I mean those are really going to be the only options. So it's kind of a bummer. We're going to probably head back towards Manta to see if those are working again, and if not, then our day may be over. The wait now has gone up to 20 minutes, but sadly we will not be riding Manta today because currently the system is cash only, and I sadly do not carry cash on me anymore. Especially since in the past couple of years, most parks have gone to touchless payments and whatnot. So it's kind of a bummer, I love Manta. I think it's still probably my favorite ride in the park, but sadly, we just won't be riding it today. Which, if anything, I'm more bummed about my buddy Zach not being able to ride it because he hasn't been on it in a long time. Making our way around the park because we're gonna take a little adventure in the Arctic in just a second. But we came over to the Shark Shack, which has recently been refurbished. You can see they've repainted the roof. It turned from a brown to a dark blue, and the entirety of the interior of the shop has been changed. It looks a little bit more barren, but a little better organized. So let's take a look. I love the new paint job in here with the little shark details on the walls. But it's looking great in here for all your shark needs. And of course, past members get an extra 10% off. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, it definitely seems like they've got their own sections for everything now, which is a little nicer. So you got the SeaWorld Rescue area over here. Of course, right next to Turtle Reef, which is still currently undergoing improvements. Very excited. You can already see they've repainted a lot of this area as we can peek in. This is pretty exciting if you ask me. I have not been in Turtle Reef in quite a long time since it closed for refurbishment, even before then too. So I'm very excited to see how it all comes together. But they've even got little turtles on the walls too. Well, if you're curious, the Shark Shack is not the only roof that has been repainted. It looks like they're starting the process of repainting the actual shark encounter roof as well. Ooh, here's a place we haven't been in a long time. The original Wild Arctic building. Sadly, no longer playing flights or having seats in this area, but the exhibits are still very much here. It's been so long since I've last been in here. I was curious if any changes have happened. Well, for one thing, Emperor is visibly running from in here, which is cool. It almost makes it extremely themed from this vantage point, which is kind of nice. But yeah, very, very cool to see it running. Can't hear it or feel it from over here too. So in the grand scheme of things, nothing too crazy in terms of changes at Wild Arctic. Just figured I'd check in. It's been a while since I've been in there. But now, as the sun is starting to set, we're gonna make our way out of the park. Well, that's gonna finish up our quick little visit to SeaWorld San Diego for the week to check out everything that's new. Some ups and downs today, literally and figuratively, with going up and down on Emperor, and of course some of the issues we had, as well as some of the great food. It was a nice little visit though. I'm glad we came over after visiting Sesame Place for the first time, and if you haven't seen that video yet, make sure to go check it out. It's a brand new theme park, owned and operated by SeaWorld, and themed to Sesame Street, if you couldn't tell. It's a great little place. Highly recommend going. But with all that said, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. But of course, until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.